Hey there, exchangers. Happy Monday. Happy week 6. I hope you all had a refreshing weekend. I was very tempted to jump in and work all weekend. But sometimes you just need to rest. Otherwise, the work won't be very productive. So that's my word of wisdom for the morning. And it's totally a balance because I'm in a similar situation to you, most likely. There's just too much to get done and no way to get it all done. So I just keep pacing myself. I keep doing what one of my most inspiring author figures suggested, which is step by step, or as her memoir is titled, bird by bird. It's more of like a writing advice book, but nonetheless, let's move forward. Okay, so what am I doing right now? I'm still catching up from getting a little bit behind last week. When Canvas goes down for an entire day, it just shifts all the work that couldn't get done on Monday. So I have started doing like little baby voice comments in the right-hand side of your Google Docs on your source evaluations. You're going to start seeing those pop up today and tomorrow. Maybe into Wednesday if I have some access issues and whatnot. And that's to guide you with your next ones. Don't try to figure out like the calendar on which you should be revising. If you know that you can make improvements, just make improvements, because that source evaluation document isn't getting graded for a while. Okay, so more on that in a second. But this week, let's talk through some due dates. First of all, tomorrow night, submit expansion check-in number 1, which is focused on background. This is your last document to kind of set up for this part of the course, or really at all, to be honest. So I know you made that separate source evaluations document, and that can be a little bit of a task. Same thing with this one. It's the last one to set up, and it's just a document where you kind of journal and you tell me your progress. So you'll say something like, I have about 1,200 words. I've incorporated about 5 sources. This is going well for me, and this is where I'm stuck. If you are, you just kind of give me a little clue. Once I have that, that gives me the framing that I need to then enter your article and leave a potentially more meaningful mark on your document. So that's where I'm going to anchor myself before I jump in and give you guys Google comments on your actual article. And so that's due Tuesday. At the earliest, I'll start reviewing your articles, just kind of skimming, checking things out by Wednesday. By Thursday, you're going to submit 4 more source evals. 4 total, so 3 more. Here's what I can tell you thus far. I'm leaving a lot of the same comments. Here's what they are. Detail. What is detail? What am I looking for? Well, in the top left corner of that document, there's source evaluations in neon blue and it's underlined. That's a hyperlink. All of those neon blue underlined words are hyperlinks. They take you to a resource that helps you. So on that resource under detail, it explains this in more detail. But I'm looking for guesstimations of how long is this resource that you're using. Is it about a page? Is it about 5? It doesn't have to be perfect guess. It just needs to be a roundabout. How deep is the source? So does it have charts and graphs? How many? Is it just an interview between 2 people that's kind of like a shallow little well to pull from? Or is it a journalist who's gathered 20 different sources to bring together their own article? And then is there a works cited page, and how long is that works cited page? Under authority, I'm not just looking for you to name. The author is, what's this book I have on my desk? I don't know who wrote it, but the author is author person, and the publisher is Penguin Random House. No, I want you to go a tiny bit further than that. I want to know what are the credentials for this author, their career history, their education history. Copy and paste that in, put quotes around it. It doesn't matter that you wrote it for this assignment. It matters that you found it, that you gathered it. And then maybe they wrote for, and I overdo this one, but it's such a good illustration. Maybe they wrote for the National Geographic, and you want to be like, it's the National Geographic, duh. It's a good source. That's great. I'm glad you found a good one. But just like even to this day, I can't tell you because I'm a busy, I'm done. The point is, I don't really know in precise details what makes the National Geographic trustworthy, but their website will probably tell us. So if we go to their website and we click on About, it's somewhere in there, top, bottom, search the web a little bit, check that out. This is good practice. These are important skills. And find their bio and see how do they defend their own credibility, and then just copy and paste that in. Okay, all of that matters for something I'll tell you a little bit lower, but the goal kind of with that authority section is to make it multiple sentences. So if I just see the things named, I already know the comment I'm going to make is expand. Dig a little deeper, find out, is this tedious? Yeah, a little bit. That's why I'm saying go ahead and copy and paste. But it's a different course than English 101 or courses prior. This is part of what makes English 102 a distinct course, is an element of information literacy, and not just for its own sake, it's for persuasion. So hold that thought. Go a little bit further down. Remember that the hyperlinks, the blue neon words are hyperlinks. So if you need help with your works cited page, mybib.com. If you need help with your parentheses, click on that little link there. Check out some of the quick tips. And then what is the signal phrase? In an article titled blah, blah, blah. So the signal phrase does a handful of things. It tells the reader, hey, I'm going to use a source now. This isn't mine. I'm being transparent and ethical. It also tells the reader what source that is. So in a book called The Seeds We Planted by so-and-so. That's helpful. Then I can find it. In English 102, at Exchangers, the signal phrase does a little bit more. It takes all the good information you've gathered about what makes the source strong, and it presents that to the readers as well. I like to describe it as a strip of glue that you're laying down so that when you give readers the information, it will actually stick. So if you say, I just commented on somebody's, even just something like, according to the CDC, that's great, that's nice. That one carries a little bit of its familiarity for people. But if you add something like, according to recent data published by the CDC, that elevates the ethos a little bit more. It makes it feel a little bit more worth holding on to in here. If you say, according to Jack Mushroom, I don't know that person. According to Jack Mushroom, who is an expert in, because this is my desk right now, Halloween costumes for babies, and has been writing about those for 15 years. I don't know. The point is that the ears, they perk up a little bit when we're being told the information I'm about to give you is not just interesting, it's believable, it's good, it's vetted. And that's what you're doing with these elevated signal phrases. Remember, this is a new course. These are new skills. So I'll say what I've been trying to express to all of you. My comments might come across as a little bit nitpicky. At times I've had exchangers in the past say, I have to do all of that. Just chip away at it. It's really about moving in that direction. And we've got a lot more time before this is actually due for grading. So even though it says by Thursday, I want 4 total, that's just saying where I think you should be progress-wise. That's not saying I'm going in and grading it the next day. You're just chipping away at completing them, and I'm chipping away at giving you advice. And we're doing that for, like I said, quite a while, at least 2 more weeks on this after that date. And then by Sunday, 2 reviews in the discussion board, reading each other's work. So I'm commenting on your work. You guys are commenting on each other's work. You've got more than is reasonable to do in a linear manner. And what I mean by that is, I'll just cut to the chase. Get a journal or a post-it note system, or write yourself a list on Google. Create your own way to manage all of the possible things that you could do with your article. So, I really want to clean up my introduction. I really want to add this source about this. And just chip away. If you're chipping away, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And you can just trust the process a little bit. I'm here to help you guys too. I'm sorry that I've been so taxed lately. I don't know what it is, but every time I open my inbox and clean it out, I get like 20 more emails every day. So that's the one part that I'm carrying around and feeling a little guilty about, is the emails I'm filing and not actually responding to. Just know that I'm trying. If your thing is urgent, like you can't open a link or you need to know something right now, I'm trying to prioritize those ones. And if your email is, hey, I had this thing, I'm running a little late, it's noted, but I'm not dealing with it yet because I'm trying to just catch up on grading and maybe it will resolve. So you guys will hear from me. It's just kind of impossible for that to be as quick of a turnaround as it usually is for me. So yeah, that's what's going on my end. Even though I'm a little slow on email, I don't want you guys to stop communicating. So don't hesitate. If you need something, just reach out. It's totally fine. That's my job. And I do this job because I like it. So I look forward to hearing from you. And also, as much so, I look forward to diving deeply into all of your work. And if you're waiting, just give it a couple more days and you should hear from me soon. Okay, have a good one, you guys.